The Indianapolis Colts putting an absolute beatdown on the Buffalo Bills this past weekend. The Colts won by the score of 41-15. Johnathan Taylor was a one-man wrecking crew today. Had 5 total touchdowns. 4 of them came on the ground, and then 1 came in the air. And on the other side of the ball, Indianapolis' defense held Buffalo to 15 points and forced 3 turnovers. 2 of them were interceptions from Josh Allen, and then 1 was from Mitchell Trubisky at the end of the game. A Mitchell Trubisky sighting, Kevin, and he's back to his old ways, turning the ball over. I guess some things just never change, though. But, Kevin, take it away from here. Just what do you make of this absolute domination from the Colts against the Bills this weekend?
Well, first and foremost, big win against a pivotal opponent. Obviously, we had a salty taste left in our mouth from last season of falling short in the wild card game against them, and we felt that we owed them one. And then, of course, Frank must be listening. He got to be listening because this man ran the damn ball. Johnathan Taylor had 32 in my opinion, should have been more. But when you're legitimately sitting there averaging, what was it? I want to say 5.8 yards per carry. You're literally moving the ball as much as you possibly can. So as an offensive unit, I cannot complain whatsoever. 41-15 says a lot. Obviously, this was led by Johnathan Taylor single-handedly. Carson didn't really have to do too much. The pass rush did get to us a little bit in the third quarter to where we had a couple of punts. So definitely a little bit concerning there. They found ways to double and kind of make life difficult for Michael Pittman Jr. But it was also raining, so we did what we needed to do traditionally. When it rains that hard and there's weather challenges, you're supposed to run the football. So I felt that we did what we needed to do. On the defensive side of the ball, on the special team side, we got everything done. All 3 phases, we looked absolutely incredible. Forcing 3 interceptions, getting that fumble on special teams from the kick return and capitalizing on that. The Colts lead the league in NFL takeaways with 25, so that's huge. Obviously, Johnathan Taylor's out here breaking every NFL record you could possibly think of. He also leads the league in rushing. He is also now in a category with LaDainian Tomlinson and I believe somebody else to where he has, I think, 8 straight games with 100 yards of scrimmage, 100 yards from scrimmage and a rushing touchdown. And, it just continues. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what this team can do when we run the football. And, of course, that gives the defense motivation to keep the offense of the other team honest. And, we did what we needed to do. I could not be happier. I'm excited. Next week we go and we play the defending champs at home. So I think that's going to be a really, really, really huge game. And I'm looking forward to it, man. The Colts are on a 3-game win streak. We're looking good. I'm not satisfied. There's still plenty of areas that we can improve upon. I obviously would like to see Carson Wentz be a little bit better with his decision-making. Unfortunately, Quentin Nelson went out and did not return with an ankle injury. So curious to see what happens there. But I like how we're trending with our pass rush and our pressures and our QB hurries. Josh Allen is a very mobile quarterback. So to get him rattled early was a very good thing and a good sighting. So overall, happy with the win. Huge, huge, huge victory against a very formidable opponent. To flip it onto the Buffalo side, Josh Allen just looks off this season. And Kyle, I'm going to be very honest with you. We've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's a slump from last season. I don't know if it's just a change in his confidence. I have no concept. But the point is, Josh Allen does not look good this year. Very inconsistent. Obviously, he's not able to put the ball in the spots as he was last year. He's kind of mistimed a couple of throws with his receiving core. And then we've talked about this since last year. They're not able to run the football. And them going down early was probably a terrible sign and a pretty bad example. But when they did run the ball, they averaged 7 yards a carry. So it doesn't make sense as to why they decided to run the football in the second half when they were already down 2+ scores. So I'm just looking at this and I'm saying Buffalo's coaching staff is definitely in question. We made the number 1 defense in the NFL look like a fucking shit show, as we should, because this is what we do when we run the ball. We have one of the best, if not arguably the best offensive line in the game when we run the ball through the trenches. So great play calling on Frank's part. Great job on the offensive line. And I mean, like I said, all 3 phases got it done, and I could not be happier. Huge win for the boys.